Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Super Robot Wars. It's time to leave. It's time to leave, I guess. I'm Drunken Dan.
Would it be time to start and then it's time to leave when we leave?
Uh, no, it's always time to leave.
You
No.
think by the end of this, I'll regret bringing that up?
Yes.
Nah. You don't regret anything.
That's true.
Sometimes I have regrets.
Like when?
Try to think of one recently.
Playing Ninja Gaiden 3.
I got one. I regret playing Ninja Gaiden 1. That's a recent one. There we
Yeah.
go.
I still haven't finished the first stage of Ninja Gaiden 3.
Were you playing it on hard or easy?
I think I'm on normal. It's not even that it's too hard, it's just I really don't like it. It's kind of been like a bit of a shock. It's the first time in the longest time that I picked up a game and immediately gone, "Wow, I don't like this."
I liked 3, but I don't like it nearly as much as 2, but I do like it more than 1, which I hate.
I don't care for. I think one is just has too much of what I define as the Koei jank, but so I can't wait for them to kill Chaos.
By the way, I still love, because like someone liked it recently when I was talking about how I'm kind of annoyed at the whole like action direction that like Final Fantasy has been like clamoring for, because I don't know, I feel like Final Fantasy hasn't really been doing anything new. It's just been trying to chase what other people have done. And I made a comment on that, and I like how someone said, "Huh, you're stuck in the past." And I just find it funny that Final Fantasy used to be a trendsetter, and now it's just kind of chasing other trends, and that's what it is now.
Because by the nature of how they've always built, it's because of the nature of how they've always built like Final Fantasy since 7 as being about, but the graphics though, it severely limits like their ability to make like a fucking 80 to 100 hour like full on RPG. So they have to look. So that's why instead they go for this more sort of action route, and also because Kingdom Hearts did it.
Yeah, well, that's also almost all of them are putting Nomura around. Also, another funny thing that I've been enjoying seeing is that whenever anybody pokes at like the typical Nomura trappings, people have Nomura fans have a shit fit over Nomura hate, even if you're like not even hating, if you're just like poking at it and thinking it's funny. It's just really funny.
Didn't think Nomura had fans. I thought everyone was in the same position of Kingdom Hearts as me. Of that, man, this is awful. I love it.
No, actually,
Well, there are some people that are completely convinced this is like it's genius writing.
there's a
Look,
lot
I know-
who are.
Like I spoke to one guy who was like, man, I hope Final Fantasy Remake doesn't become like Kingdom Hearts levels of bullshit. And I was like, it will, but I hope it does because either way, it'll be fun. It'll be entertaining.
So we're in a weird part with it now, because like they because now they took Nomura off of 7, which actually surprised me. Though I wonder if it's because they saw people's reaction to the whole Fate Ghost things, and Square's like
No, not even close to that. They've moved them onto other projects because they want to spread themselves out more. Like that's why they're doing all these big dumb things. Like I also wouldn't be
which
surprised.
I also don't like when they spread the Final Fantasy team all out like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is also a case of, man, Avengers is a fucking disaster financially speaking. Nomura, we need you to like make a guaranteed sale on something, and something that's not FF7 remake. Because I mean, no matter what happens, like FF7 remake 2 could just be like literally anything because it's FF7 remake 2. It'll sell gangbusters and it will be all over Twitch for like a week.
Nomura, we need you to say Avengers.
Basically, well, probably not Avengers.
But
maybe,
imagine if
maybe they've got Nomura working on the next Legacy of Kain game.
all of a sudden Captain America comes out. He's like, I've updated my costume, and there's like 10 extra zippers and belts.
No, don't make those
this.
jokes. Nomura fans get really upset when you make those jokes.
You say this as if like there literally isn't a line of figures that is, hey, what if Nomura designed famous comic book characters?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know of that line again, and you know it fits the trappings. And again, it's just really funny. Like if you make the jokes, there's like for whatever reason, Nomura fans have like I guess they've had enough of hearing the jokes of Nomura's trappings and have started throwing hissy fits about it.
I mean, imagine Nomurifying that.
Meanwhile, me, a person who likes Dragon Ball, and I sit there and I just keep making potshot jokes at Toriyama, and I don't think he or any Dragon Ball fan really cares all that much.
I think Toriyama's just like done with it. Just done with everything. It's like, yeah, sure, this guy is now the strongest in all of the universes. It's okay. Why is he so strong? Well, his parents died. Oh,
Yeah.
Is he bravest though? Is he the strongest and the bravest? Because that's important.
yes, Jiren was the bravest because he was also a member of the Pride Troopers, who are all superheroes.
Oh God.
But he wasn't as brave as
So-
but he wasn't as brave as Goku apparently.
No, that's because Goku had friends. Jiren has no friends.
It's true.
That's not even me being sarcastic.
No, he's right. He's absolutely right. That's literally the plot of Super Storm into Power with Jiren specifically. It's really fucking dumb.
It's the why are you so strong? I have friends. Well, what if I killed those friends? Well, what if I stopped you from killing those friends? And they were like, wow, that was a really kind of absolutely dickish thing of Jiren to try and do for no real reason. I thought he was meant to be a good guy.
I thought Jiren was meant to be a character.
Man, we could have. Remember when Hit was gonna? Remember when they hyped up that Hit was the new rival?
And then they immediately ditched him.
Bye, Hit. He became the new Piccolo.
He doesn't even get the new Vegeta seat, which used to be the Yamcha seat.
Yeah, well.
I love pointing that out to people because people like can't grasp that when I explain that to them.
Well, it is because Yamcha also gets kicked out of his seat, like, basically immediately once Krillin's introduced.
No, he still had that seat. He had that seat all the way until Vegeta joins. I'm serious.
Not sure if believe.
The only time they kind of didn't use him for the as the Worf was the Piccolo
Oh,
saga.
it's the Wolf. I thought you meant like as just like the guy who's meant to be the rival, but is
The guy who's meant to who's like I'm really strong and then gets beat up by the new big guy. The only time they didn't have Yamcha do that was technically the Piccolo arc during his tenure as that. The Saiyan arc was his last hurrah of it, but he was used more for look how much we can die in this fight with the Saiyans, with the Cybermen. Any of us can die.
That's not fair. He got warped in the Android saga.
He did. Well, he not really. At that point, he'd already kind of been a joke. But for some reason, they still hit him first, which I still think is
At that
funny.
point, he'd kind of given up. He's like, I give up.
He was too busy with his baseball career. Do you think in the Dragon Ball universe, Yamcha like fucking did Space Jam?
Maybe.
That's the version of Space Jam I want to see.
Except for it's all like Tex Avery characters.
No, you know what it would be? A Raleigh cat or Dr. Slump characters.
Man, I still am a little sad though that Space Jam was just an okay kids movie after people hyped it up as the worst thing ever.
Yeah, people always have a thing that they say is the worst or the best. It's like how Joker was, oh my god, it's an unbelievable like piece of cinematic history. You need to watch it, and then it's like, it's alright.
Yeah.
It's kind of dull. So it's not really saying anything. It's not really. It's the kind of thing where
I just kept
it's
making a joke about
It's a fine movie, but it's not a Joker movie, really, because it's not the Joker. It's this weird, fucking cringy, like political activist. I do this thing. I do all of these murders because I'm angry at society. And it's like, yeah, most people are angry at society. They just complain on Twitter. You don't just go around murdering people because then you can't. I don't know. I feel like once you're like a mass murdering clown, you kind of can't like take the whole I'm just doing this to make a statement stance. No, you're just a crazy bastard. You deserve to get your neck snapped.
They just really wanted to make the Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to. Because I was making those because I remember we were making those jokes when that movie came out. I I don't think anyone ever got mad at me specifically when I was making those jokes.
That's because you're like one voice against like 10 million people.
I mean, every now and then I'll strike a nerve on accident. When I'll just say I'll make my joke or say something, and then I'll just get like a flood of them just fucking rampaging at me. Not like how it used to be in the old days of the internet, where like God, you said anything and you start a fire.
Now you just get cancelled. Well, the Digimon guy, and then you make a thing about getting cancelled. Which I thought it was more funny when everyone was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe Digimon Tamers guy did this." It's like, well, I mean, the fact he didn't have any kind of child pornography or molest women, it's like this feels like such a controversy at this point.
Honestly, I see this and I'm like, I just kind of shrugged and I'm like, well, he's not a pedophile like the Kenshin guy, but we're all pretending that didn't happen now. I'm still fucked up over that.
So, like, all things considered, compared to all the other horrible shit that's come out from creators, it's like, oh yeah, he just like has a weird take. Whatever.
I don't really care. Like, whatever. Literally, one of my favorite shows creator, at a time, one of my favorite shows creator is a pedophile. I literally cannot look at Kenshin the same way. And before you go, oh, but you could separate artists, I really can't when there's, like, things I could point at in Kenshin and then point at him. That before this happened, I just took as, oh, it took place in the Middle Ages. This shit happens, and walk away. It's fucked.
Yeah, it's just such a weird thing for everyone to go, man, this is a step too far, and it's like, I mean, it's kind of nothing. But, I mean, at least he didn't do drugs, am I right?
Yeah, that's the one that'll get you fucked, is doing drugs.
You do drugs and it's over.
You do the cocaine and suddenly you are unperson. But you want to diddle kids? That's fine in Japan. That's just like, oh, how you scamp. How silly, you little scamp. Oh, get back over there. Here, give us like $1,000 and go away.
Publicly apologize, and that's all you need to do.
Yes.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again. We believe you.
Okay, I believe you.
Damn it, beat me to it.
Listen, I had to.
Still not sure how I actually feel about that Tecmo Koei game, because on the one hand, it looks like the dumbest, the most stupid, awful shit. It looks literally like fucking you're just doing DMC, but it's fast.
Oh yeah, no, honestly,
But
like
on the other hand,
so many people.
On the other hand, Chris Sabat's back as Garland.
I won't lie. When I saw it, I just looked at it and I went, oh, I guess Nomura's now in his AAA Western game phase. Okay, and I just walked away.
That's not Nomura. That's what's his face?
He's not doing the Chaos game.
No,
it's I heard it was Nomura that was doing that.
What is that game even called?
All I know are the Chaos memes. Let's fight Chaos memes. That's all I know.
Alright, problem is those memes got twisted in my head because I thought it was, I'm gonna kill Chaos! And it's like, that's way better of a meme. Fuck, what is that game called? I'm gonna have to go and look it up. Fucking Chaos.
Chaos.
Chaos reigns!
Does it though?
Maybe. I don't know. A little bit.
Don't know anymore since Games Workshop killed Warhammer fan base.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, don't worry. Like any kind of corporate thing, there are people that are licking their boots. No, it's fine. You see, they shouldn't have hurt the other going into the IP. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're hurting the IP.
I saw an advertisement for like their new fucking phone game where they use like some like. I looked at it, I was like, is this some Z tier like Warhammer fan? Because this looks like shit. And I'm like, wow, fucking text to speech died for this. Text to speech died for this. This is fucking lovely. I fucking hate it.
Fuck's sake! If I don't know the name of it, I can't tell. I'm gonna have to go and fucking look up that stupid. You know what? I wonder if I just type into YouTube, "I'm going to kill Chaos." Will that just pull up the trailer for me?
it's such a memorable game that all we know is that fucking meme, and that's it.
Also, to be fair, like, fucking Final Fantasy games all just go for like a million. Stranger of Paradise, that was it. Right, now I've got the name. Let's go see if anyone's actually.
Oh yeah,
So,
this is
okay,
when
so
the
Nomura is the guy who did the concept, and he's the creative producer and the character designer. But the story and scenario is written by Kazushige Nojima.
I was commenting more on the character designs where it's like
Oh, he did the character designs.
That's what I was commenting on, was because like the designs. This was the joke I was making of the designs. I was like, oh, I guess Nomura is now in his phase of I really like Western AAA character designs. Because, you know, whenever Nomura works on something, you can tell what he's into at the time. That's another thing people get mad when I point out. For some fucking reason.
I mean, anyone who doesn't think Birth by Sleep isn't a huge, like, Star Wars
Wank.
ripoff.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, it fucking has Luke Skywalker in it, playing more Luke Skywalker character than fucking Return of the whatever that's set.
Oh no, it's pretty similar to that version.
Nah, this Luke only sort of tried to kill a child. Also, it was Ventus. I can understand wanting to kill Ventus.
Do you think Rise of Skywalker was like, wait a minute, that's a great idea?
No, because then Rise of Skywalker would have had an actual ending. Or at least a good final battle.
Instead of a non-ending that makes you go, wait, what the fuck are we supposed to do now?
What's the plot now, guys? And you know what? I never found out what the plot was because I didn't watch it. Because unlike so many other people, and I said, "Yeah, I'm just done. I'm done now. Go away."
I watched
Goodbye,
it
movie.
because I really wanted to see how this train wreck was gonna crash. I just wanted to watch the crash.
It'll crash the same way it always does. Where it'll be a movie.
This, I was just like, how are they going to write themselves out of this? I got to see this.
And then they didn't write themselves out of it. They just hoped you wouldn't notice.
I mean, they did. They just kind of be like, hey, everything we set up in the last movie, yeah,
Ignore it.
forget about that. And also, Palpatine's back. Go kill him.
Ah,
The day is saved.
I'm back. It's me, Uncle Palpy.
That was how they wrote themselves out. I mean, it is technically an ending. It wasn't a very good one, but you know.
You know, one thing I never got, and it's the same in like the original Star Wars. Every time they're like, Palpatine's like, you can't kill me because if you kill me, then you'll become the next me. But then they do kill him, and they don't become the next him. Why didn't they wouldn't solve so many of these movies if rather than all the times people are like, oh, but I can't kill him because then I'll be evil. What if they just stabbed a bitch, you know? Just fucking lop his old man head off. Problem solved.
It's because people have that obsession with that trope in fiction where the villain like talks to the hero and goes, you're just like me! Instead of having the hero go, no, and here are all the reasons, fuck off. They just do the, oh my god, he's right, I punched a guy once. Yeah, exactly, just like me, genociding countless people.
You enjoy all the killing. I mean, I could take or leave the killing, honestly.
And then Dan Slott got a boner going, but what if Doc Ock was the good guy, actually? Peter Parker's the villain.
Award-winning comic book writer Dan
Dan
Slott
Slott.
asked the simple question of, is a man who once tried to poison the entirety of New York City because reasons truly the villain, or is it the guy who once called him Pudgy the real villain of the story?
Right?
And it's like, no, I'm pretty sure it's the mass murdering super scientist award-winning comic book writer Dan Slott. Why don't you try again try again? Because it's such an awful take.
It's so funny. I still think like the funniest bit to me is just the fucking like scream at me even though I wasn't even talking to him, and then block. It's still the funniest goddamn thing to me. It's like you attacked me and then blocked me immediately.
Because it's not even like. oh,
I mean, I guess I should thank him for doing that, because then his fan base can't, like, come at me after he did that. So I guess there's that.
I just find it, as I said, it's not as if we can't go, oh man, Spider-Man has no tragic villains. It's like, oh,
I mean, yeah, there are plenty.
There's the Lizard, some variations of Kraven, some versions of Morbius, although Morbius can fuck off and die. I hate him.
Some versions of Brock, even. Some.
Oh, I guess that another Venom trailer did certainly come out. It sure does look like a movie, doesn't it?
I didn't watch it.
I mean,
I didn't watch the movie originally either, so
I didn't see any sequences where Tom Hardy had to dip into a lobster tank because his balls were too hot. It's a scene in the movie. I'm not joking.
I don't think any Venom. Yes, I have.
Yeah, you know I'm being serious when I say
it's not that I don't believe
Yes,
you. It's not that I don't believe you. I don't want to believe you. I do believe you. But my brain is having trouble processing what I'm hearing right now.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, it's so hot in here. And then he climbs into a lobster tank, but he only goes up to his like waist. So it's more like, was it just your testicles that are hot then, or?
I am so confused and concerned and confused.
And then the movie weirdly teases Scream, and then it doesn't do Scream, which is like your Life Foundation. You don't do like, I mean, they do Riot, and it's like really of all the like Life Foundation symbiote bullshit. I mean, if we really have to do that nonsense, because fuck me, is Venom stories where it's not basically Venom going, man, I really hate Spider-Man, I'm gonna fucking kill him and ruin his life. Then it's just kind of usually quite dull. In my opinion.
Like, it's either you do that, or you do Flash Thompson Venom, I guess. I guess? I don't fucking know.
Or, we just, get I'm not entirely sure if Tom Hardy is a good actor, or if he's just the best con man in Hollywood.
I don't know, I think the best con man in Hollywood has to go to The Rock. Think about it.
The Rock is at least likable.
That's the thing, though. That's the key. That's the trick. We all like him despite this. See, he's got us all in his thrall.
It's not like he does. He just does bad movies, but it's not as if like he pretends to do anything else. It's not like, say, Will Smith, where then he occasionally went to do like the serious arty movies, and they would just all kind of sit. And also like the fucking After Earth, which
don't you see? That's how we've been tricked.
Do you know how After Earth is a really smart movie for smart, intelligent people? Because Will Smith's character, who feels no emotions, is called Cypher Rage. And Cypher is another word to mean zero. He has zero rage.
I legit forgot that movie even existed.
That's how fucking intelligent it is!
I legitimately forgot that this movie existed.
It's basically having famous movie director Gareth Edwards lick the ground, turn to the audience and go, it's salt.
But yeah, no, honestly, I forgot that movie even existed for Will Smith. Like, I'm not, like, this isn't like a funny haha or a gag, like, oh, it's so unmemorable. I legitimately don't.
I mean, it's memorable. You can't say it's not a memorable movie.
I mean, I don't remember it. I don't know.
You didn't appreciate the subtle genius of Cypher Rage.
I guess not. I think they probably just saw the word Cypher and was like, that sounds really cool.
No, they knew exactly what they're doing. It's just a really obvious joke. It's just a really obvious thing for, like, it. But, it's like basically saying it's like, the bit in Futurama where they're at war with the lobster people and the lobster spy is like Hugh-Man, or calls himself Private Hugh-Man. It's literally that level of in-your-faceness about it. It's just one's intended to be a joke.
God, I want to watch. One of these days, I need to just like sit down and watch like Futurama again.
Some of it holds up, some of it also doesn't.
I mean, that's any show.
It was in that weird, but I think Futurama especially because it's in that weird cusp where it's halfway between like the episodic nature that it obviously comes from because it's got all like Simpsons alumni, and then like the more serialization / overarchingness of more modern television. and it kind of suffers for that, I think. It's like hard commit to one, hard commit to another. Just kind of doing this. Ooh, we're both and neither at the same time. Doesn't super fly for me. But, oh well.
Sorry, I snickered because I was like, all right, I'll throw the ZZ Gundam up first, and I was like, okay, I can't kill anything in one shot. All right, before I bring it in, let me see if there's anything I can use to weaken it. All right, I'll bring out Gal Gaigar. Gal Gaigar is like, no, I just kill it. Fuck you.
I mean, makes sense, really.
It's just funny. It's like, oh, could you weaken it for the ZZ? No, I kill it. Oh, okay.
You just look to it and go, I couldn't possibly weaken this enemy, but can you? And then guy's like, well, yeah, sure. I mean, I guess it's my job, right?
And guy's like, actually, I'm sorry. I just looked at the statistics. It's going to die. Oh. Can Judo get a kill? Maybe next turn. Maybe. But not this one.
Maybe later.
No, when is this time on Takeshi's Castle, I'm afraid.
I'm sorry, I just looked at the chat and just saw the fucking, I guess the MODOK that they're gonna put in the Avengers game. Is that what that is?
Yeah. He's already in.
He's the main villain, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Oh, they finally had him.
Oh yeah, because the whole the whole plot of the game, because they obviously couldn't use like a bunch of stuff, they just used AIM.
Oh yeah, apparently they were not allowed to do a lot of stuff because of Endgame.
Yeah, basically.
So, who would have thought that a company trying to make a game based on the Marvel property would be fucking crippled by Disney? Disney never does this.
I don't understand this logic that Disney has of don't do X because we're going to do it in a movie. It's like, why don't you just have them do their version of it and then people could go, oh wow, that's so cool. And then when they go and see the movie, they're like, oh wow, it's the cool thing that I liked.
Because they don't want to be accused of ripping someone off.
Well, they're fucking Disney.
That's Disney. That's all they do.
All they've ever done their entire fucking existence as a corporation for providing entertainment is ripping other stuff off.
It's true.
Yeah, but they don't.
Bullshit.
They don't like to admit.
Well, maybe if they stop doing it.
Right?
Maybe people wouldn't keep saying, hey, you're ripping off this. If you stop fucking just stealing shit. I've already said in, like, one of these recordings, I don't remember which, about how Disney's Hercules is literally just the fucking Richard Donner Superman movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, also, I didn't mention it while I was doing it earlier, but I did remember today to finally give some of my robots power parts.
Nice.
Because I've been forgetting to do that. Like, on my own playthrough, a good chunk of the robots have power parts, but I think also part of why I forget sometimes is that, honestly, the robots in this game are far stronger than they were in V. So sometimes I just forget to just give them the extra push.
Yeah, there is, it is, like, I do think T is overall easier than V.
It feels like I gotta squeeze a lot more out of my shit in V than in this game.
It might also be because I don't think T has quite the whole... I don't really want to say adapted difficulty, because that's overselling what the actual mechanic is, but I don't think the change in difficulty is actually related to SR points, as it was in V. Where the more SR points you get, like, the higher the difficulty of the game becomes.
I did not know that.
And I don't know if T has the same system.
I actually did not know that about V.
Yeah.
That's been standard for a while.
I'm new to the franchise, remember?
Yeah.
I'm new here. Hello. Hello, it's the noob. How you doing?
But, he's not like me. He hasn't been playing since before he could actually understand what was going on in the game.
I mean, and to be fair, I mostly only play the games I can already understand what's going on through fan translations.
I know, and I was the one who was like playing them raw.
Yeah, but you actually do know a bit of Moonspeak.
A little, but I mean, there were times when I was like, "What?" Also, when I first started out, I literally knew nothing. When I started out playing A on the Game Boy Advance, I'm like, I know nothing. I know none of the series going on here. I have no idea what I'm doing. I can't read any input I'm doing. I have no idea what anybody is saying. Let's go.
like I knew some stuff of Super Robot Wars, but that was mainly from other people. And my first exposure to it was back in the day when I was like, "Ew, turn-based." Bleh. You know, when I was doing that kind of shit.
Ah, when you were a cunt, gotcha.
I mean, I still am, but
When you were one of those disgusting plebs.
yes.
When you were that guy.
I like legitimately. You could probably go. I've been doing shit for so long. You could probably find videos of when I would actually say like, "Ew, I don't like turn-based. Turn-based sucks."
I probably have to go back to the good old days of Peter Griffin versus Giant Chicken.
Oh wait, that video. I think I took that off years ago, and
Did you?
yeah.
Oh, it's the Sonic Flash playthrough I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah, that one from when I was in high school.
No one actually, I think, recommended to me the other day. I was like, wow, what a blast from the past.
Yeah, every now and then I'll get like a comment on it where people are like, "Man, I remember this when I was young," and I was like, "Yeah, me too." And I'll also make jokes about how much of a piece of shit that video is.
Oh, I guess actually it does lead into the real big news of the week. Here he comes, rougher than the rest of them,
The best of them.
tougher than leather.
You can call him Sonic. Unlike Knuckles, he doesn't. Wait, no, that's not right. Fuck.
No, you're just doing the meme version. Unlike Knuckles doesn't Knuckles.
I like how right away, even though I changed which verse I did the gag in, you knew right away it was the meme one.
Because it's the best. It is the best one. Although I do appreciate in the actual lyrics of that song, it has the line like, "Here comes the right and then the worst left," and it's like, well, you're implying that's a shit punch. Then why are you throwing it, Knuckles? And the answer is because Knuckles is a bit of an idiot. Well,
It's true.
a lot of an idiot. Well,
Actually, there was a conversation because of him getting announced in one of the other chats I'm in, where people were talking about the best version of the Knuckles theme, and the conversation pretty much died when I, of course, just dropped the meme one in there, and people were, I guess, were just like, "Okay, I don't want to talk about Knuckles music anymore." I killed it.
You had to ruin it for us, didn't you?
I did.
Here's the real question, the real brain teaser for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Which meme's gonna get in? And Knuckles, or Do You Know the Way? Because I hate Do You Know the Way, but the kids like it, and like I also don't like Sonic, but Sonic got in the first movie.
It's true.
I have a horrible suspicion it will be the Way.
I mean, I do still see in Knuckles and Knuckles memes, and Dway memes have been dead for a little while now. But you would still see Sonic memes, so I will put my vote on and Knuckles memes. I'm gonna put my vote. Oh wait, no, actually, thinking about it, because of writing, it'd be a lot harder to fit in that meme, so it might literally just be the Do You Know the Way meme, because that's easier to fit in.
I mean, you literally just need a pot. I mean, it's easy enough to do and Knuckles. All you just need is literally any moment where it's been like, yes, I will do this. Or like, go on, Sonic, and then Knuckles punches in and Knuckles, and then there, boom, you've done it.
You're right.
The real actual question I have is, will James Marsden be cucked in this movie?
Cucked by a hedgehog.
I mean, I wouldn't point it out if it wasn't like three of the things I know him from all involve him getting cucked. Although so far this was better. So far it was actually Sonic the Hedgehog is better than all three of those things. It turned out.
Yeah.
Horrifying to consider.
It was an okay movie. I liked it.
It was fine. I have no strong opinions one way or the other on it.
Like, yeah, it was definitely one of the better video game movie things out there. Like, yeah, it's all right. Even without the property of Sonic, it was all right. Like, it was fine.
Can't wait, man. I hope Shadow is just full on Shadow the Hedgehog style Shadow. Where's the damn fourth Chaos? Fucking, it's underappreciated, but where he gets like evil power and he's like, "Death to all who oppose me." It's like, Jesus Christ, Shadow.
You know what I like the most though is in that intro scene, or the startup scene of that, where he's walking up that hill, is the fact that he cocks an assault rifle like a shotgun.
No, I never said Shadow was smart.
Yeah, he puts the clip in, and then he cocks it like a shotgun.
Also, to be fair, Shadow was like asleep for 50 years, so guns are very different from when he remembers.
You know, when you think about it, he really is the ultimate boomer. I mean, actually, remember, his way of hacking into a computer was punching it. Very boomer-like, actually.
I'm just saying. Grandpa Shadow knows what's what. Game theory. Is Shadow like Sonic's Uncle Arthur, or whatever he was called in the one cartoon?
Listen, you gotta stop this. You're giving him ideas.
Uncle Chuck, that was it.
You're giving Matt Pat ideas, and he doesn't deserve ideas.
Yeah, well.
Yeah! You know, there's like now that we keep, now that you've joked about him twice recently to me, I'm like morbidly curious as to what the fuck he's doing, what the fuck his most recent stupid fucking video is.
Probably shite. It's probably bad. Who cares?
I mean, yeah, of course, it's gonna be fucking bad. It's a map pad video. Also, the ZZ Gundam finally gets to use its map attack, and no, Amuro's not in the way this time. I checked! Amuro's in the back. He can't be shot by this. Are you guys quiet because you're waiting for the part where I missed it? No, I saw the end of the cone. There's no literal way.
I was hoping.
No. No, Amuro was way, way, way out of the blast radius.
Man, 2021 sure has been the year of killing things that I like. We lost if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device. We lost Veg Brothers.
Yeah,
sad. It's all sad.
A lot of death.
And then I guess maybe if I gave a shit about He-Man, I might be upset about He-Man. But
yeah, I haven't seen it, so I can't really say anything about it. Like,
I have literally no horse in the He-Man race.
Yeah, I'm just kind of.
Ironically, the parts that He-Man is actually in are pretty good.
The only thing I know is
it's just that that's about like a half hour out of like 5 episodes so far.
The only thing I know about the actual series is there's one scene where the woman, I don't know her name because I've never watched He-Man.
Tila, I think probably is the redhead.
She's like, man, I can't believe you died, you fucking asshole. You absolute worst human being alive. Are you dead? How could you be dead? Or some shit. I don't know. It felt like it was actually that. It was kind of like I saw it got compared to the one character in Invincible who was also a bit of a I know you're a superhero and all, but I can't believe you left me to run off and change into a superhero to save me, you bastard. Which
that's about right.
Yeah, there's her. Then there's yeah.
But yeah, I don't know about He-Man. All I know is He-Man is about a guy who turns into another guy who looks exactly like the first guy, and nobody notices.
Nope.
And also he has a cat.
Meow.
And that's it.
He has a battle cat.
That was it.
This is Cringer.
Oh, and a sister or a cousin or something.
Yes.
I don't know, we haven't decided today.
So
yeah, a sister who was stolen as a baby.
As
you
do.
Remember Skeletor when I took the baby? What?
Oh,
Wait, what? I don't remember that shit. What are you talking about? Is this some kind of fetish thing?
Imagine if we lived in a world where instead of Skeletor, it was Skullmageddon.
So Skeletor.
Well, Skeletor.
Nah, Skullmageddon had had class. You know, he had the sense to have a theme song for just in case he did lose.
You know, you're right. That is still like that is still probably like one of the biggest laughs a video game has gotten out of me. Is specifically the part where he's just like, "Here's a medal for your victory," and literally, at least on the PS3 version, it's like perfectly on cue with the pop-up of the achievement. Apparently on Xbox, it's like slightly desynced, from what I've heard.
Shame.
Well, good thing I didn't play it on Xbox then, I guess. Oh.
Ah, well. But hey. Oh yeah, there's a Pokemon Direct too, like next week now. We can finally hear about Ghost of Tsunoshima.
We can finally see the Rush junk game that people are gonna pretend is actually good because it's Pokemon.
Hey man, at least it's different from. At least it's something new from or something different from Pokemon Company. That's at least makes it maybe not worth a buy, but at least worth a look. Otherwise, we will just go. Otherwise, they will just go into the mines. We'll get Pokemon Let's Go again. Pokemon was a mistake.
Yeah. But it's gonna happen though. It's gonna be mediocre. People are gonna claim it's great. Listen, Pokemon fans don't want change, and proof of that is the fact that a lot of them don't like Sun and Moon. Where they actually tried because they were like, oh crap, Yokai Watch is a threat at this moment.
Yeah, and then Yokai Watch stopped being a threat.
Yeah.
And then they died.
Yeah, literally. Oh, I guess I should have Show knock out the guy from his own show.
Eh. It's only done by. It's only Aura Battlers. Who cares?
Aura Battler! Dun 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 dun. At least in this level, though, I get the option of my of the other one getting one of the two color schemes.
Yes. Also, you want the bad one.
Yeah, I know. I want the edgy one. Has better equipment. I looked at it before.
You want the edgy one because that's the only one that has the final attack.
Yeah, which is fucking stupid.
It's got the night camo though. You won't be able to see it in the night.
The funny thing is, in the actual show, there's really no explanation for it. It's just that in the last 2 episodes, all of a sudden the color is different.
Probably ran.
I think Tomino stopped caring by then.
Tomino, stop caring? No.
He started caring.
He's right. Listen, I totally didn't. I did not like the toy of the Gundam at all. So anyway, here's the design of the Zeta Gundam.
I mean, he says, let's be honest, Tomino says a lot of shit.
Yes.
And it's not even like the Arno levels of, yeah, whatever, Eva's done now, I'm gonna go do Kamen Rider and Ultraman.
At least in him, I feel like he's honest. Where Tomino, I feel like he's either honest, dishonest, or he just doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about half the time.
Senile old man syndrome.
Yes. I feel like he just doesn't know what he's on about most of the time, and just kind of rambles.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Like, at least Toriyama, I get. He's just lazy and admits it. Even though, as much as he admits it, a lot of his fans are like, no, he's not! It's like, he literally told you he is. No! It's right here. No, there's a deeper meaning! No, he literally told you there isn't none. So right here. This is from his own mouth.
Anyone ever said that there's a deeper anything to Dragon Ball? Dragon Ball's like...
Some people try to.
I mean...
Saber, you've probably seen those videos too.
Of course.
They exist. There's a lot of them. That's actually a decent size of the Dragon Ball fan base for some fucking reason.
What, do you think there's, like, actual depth to Dragon Ball?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, everyone's entitled to be incorrect.
And again, I am probably one of the bigger fans you'll meet of the fucking franchise. But I've come to that level of understanding that a lot of that the Transformers wiki has when it comes to Dragon Ball in my in terms of like how I view it. Yeah, I love it, but I also will gleefully poke fun at it and understand how fucking stupid and bad it is at the same time. It's actually freeing, honestly.
Interesting point. Now I'm actually going to go and have a look on the TF wiki for some amusement.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I gotta go for the night camo colors. Here it is. Fine, we won't have the cool colors anymore. So you can have the better stats, and then I'll just give it to... I don't know. I'll give it to the redhead. Yeah, I'll give it to her, I guess. I don't want to give it to Todd, because I never use Todd.
You will use Todd. They worked hard in getting those lines of dialogue from him.
Puts marble in the robot!
Fucking Todd.
So apparently after Done by Todd's VA quit, and then when they decided they were going to put it in Super Robot Wars, like a decade later, they like hired a private investigator to go find him,
Damn.
and they found him like out in some fishing village somewhere, and they're like, "Yeah, could you do Todd again for us?" And he was like, "I mean, I guess."
That is kind of fucking. It feels like a plot of a movie. It's like, I don't do voice acting anymore. I'm a fisher now.
No, it's just the opening to the fucking Justice League movie. We just found him out there, like.
Or is it the opening to Commando, which is what it was ripping off?
I mean, everything rips off Commando.
That's literally what it was from, though. That's where the gag comes from.
I mean,
But it's funnier. But it's more fun to joke about with Justice League because it's Zack Snyder, and people pretend Zack Snyder's so original.
Now, to be fair, half of it was Joss Whedon.
Oh no, I'm talking about even the Snyder cut.
Which version of the Snyder cut, though? Because I'm sure it's vastly different if you watch the movie, if you watch the same shitty movie in black and white, and also it's longer.
What? No, seriously,
He did
what?
a black and white. He did a black and white version as well of the Snyder cut.
Why do they keep giving this man money? No, he's the greatest scam artist in Hollywood. He is.
I don't know why. I honestly have no clue why Zack Snyder does half the things he does.
Like either him or what's his fucking name? Oh God, I'm forgetting his name now. Transformers director Michael Bay.
I mean, Michael Bay at least like makes movies that were made a shitload of money. Justice League definitely did not make money, or at least not a lot of money.
You know, that's true.
It made money. Like, it just didn't make the amount of money they were hoping they were going to get, which was like billions.
Infinite money.
Yeah, they thought they were going to make infinite money like Avengers.
Oh, they're like, we're gonna get Avengers money with this. I'm like, have you seen this movie?
Not with this movie, you're not.
The funny thing is, you could tell like about a couple months before it came out when they did see the movie and they were like, "Oh,
I mean, literally every single fucking interview that
this isn't so good. What are we gonna do?"
Like literally,
we were banking on.
Like literally every single fucking interview that oh fuck, I forgot his name now. Ben Affleck. It's in, and you have Henry Cavill's like, oh yeah, I sure did like work on this movie, and he's just, and you know, Ben Affleck's just fucking dead inside.
It's true. He was very dead inside. He basically was like, yeah, I'm done, bye. You know what? I don't want to be Batman anymore.
He's like the only role I've ever wanted to play in my life is Batman, and you guys somehow ruined it for me.
You know, it's pretty bad when that's also what Tom Holland wanted, and he still gets the Tom Holland, the MCU movies and loves it. I'm sorry, I just want to make that joke real quick. But actually, there is one I want to talk about. I actually meant to talk about. There's more so than even him. Did you see the stuff for Miss Marvel?
No.
Sabo, did you?
I don't know. When did it come out?
It hasn't come out yet, but I'm talking about the stuff that got leaked out, that we know about it now. I don't know if you're... I can just, run it down real quick. So, Miss Marvel is... So, Miss Marvel is more in name only with Kamala, because, So...
I heard they gave her, like, some kind of light powers.
So, not only did they turn her into, like, this weird military brat instead of what she is, or, dealing with her, the bigotry that she dealt with, they also decided, instead of stretchy powers, they gave her, like, Green Lantern construct powers.
Yeah, I heard about that. They were like, yeah, this is going to be too stupid looking on camera to use. So, which, to be fair, if you look at Marvel's Avengers, they might have a point.
Well, I mean, Marvel's Avengers was just bad.
I know it's bad, but they went for that realistic look, and like also.
Yeah, but everything didn't really look that good in that game.
I feel
that's true.
I feel there's a way you could do.
You could easily do it. They just didn't want to. And it's a big part of her character in the comics too. So, like, as much as I rag on the Peter Parker one, like the Kamala one is way worse.
Does she have them, or does she just not? Because
she doesn't have them.
Like, someone's like, they gave her the stretchy powers, but that's mostly for the movies when they can afford that. In her show, she's mostly going to use purple.
No, I think that's what people are saying now to save face, because they're theorizing that's what they might do, but that's not what they're doing right now. Unless we start seeing them do that right now, it's Green Lantern construct powers, because fuck you.
Man, I have no fucking clue how they're going to do a She-Hulk TV show other than it's going to be terrible.
I mean, yes. Especially with Marvel's still obsession over the Rage She-Hulk.
Especially with the fucking writer or head writer of that show having a massive meltdown on Twitter and coming off really bigoted.
Oh?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about this. What happened?
Yeah, it was like it's the kind of it wasn't exactly Me Too, but it was like the kind of thing where it was like, I don't remember, it was like months ago now, like close to a year actually. But it was like this big sort of meltdown where she ragged on a whole bunch of people. I think it was like around the time of Weinstein first coming out, but it was like ragging on, like, it was kind of doing the industry standard of like, man, this sucks, but you know why it sucks? Because of you people. You ruined this. It's your fault. It's your fault that things are bad.
It's your fault, not us.
It's your fault that we had to abuse women.
You should be on this boat, not me!
Yeah, Huey would be the exact kind of person to go, yeah, I did kill a woman, but, you know, it's your fault I killed her.
You should belong here!
Yeah, I choked the life out of my own wife with my bare hands, but you know what? It's your fault.
You made me do this!
It's your fault, random medic. Man. I can't wait for that Metal Gear movie because it's going to be the worst thing ever. Because they'll do the exact same thing they did, or the exact same mistake as they did with the Dragon Ball movie, which is they will try and compromise, and you can't compromise on this shit because the whole reason fucking Metal Gear works is because it's so fucking stupid, off the wall nuts. Where half of it's like this self-aggrandizing philosophy bullshit, and the other half is, oh, I'm making the controller vibrate! Aren't I so powerful?
It's true!
So it only works because it has that equal parts bullshit. And they'll, like, just... and it's like, I bet you fucking there won't even be a Metal Gear, or if it's Metal... Or it'll just be a, yeah, we talked about doing it, but Giant Robot is stupid, so we didn't do it.
I mean, yeah, they'll definitely fucking pull that one.
And it's like, well, you mean you don't get it for a start, you fucking charlatans.
Oh, see, giant robots are stupid, just like stretchy powers, because Hollywood is fucking just filled with hacks.
It's like how, as I said, Dragon Ball Evolution, it's like, well, we'll try and have it, but then also Goku's in high school and all this. It's like, no, you either do it or you don't do it. It's as simple as that. There's no half measures with this shit. Like, there's some things where you can go, oh yeah, you can like, you can mess around with how much of the weird quirky shit you're gonna do, but then other things it's like, well, it's built off of the weird quirky shit, that's why people love it. And it's like, other than that, you're just making if you don't have the full extent of the weird quirky bullshit, then you just get Drek.
Yep.
It's like, could you imagine those fucking could you imagine the Transformers movies if they'd have had a scene where Megatron just fucking lifted the Lincoln off of the Lincoln Memorial and sat in his chair? Or if Megatron had the grand plan of, let's have all the Decepticons dress up as Autobots so we can frame them, so one mayor can exile them from the planet!
But you say this, the Lincoln Memorial thing sort of happened, he just didn't gently lift him.
No, he blew it up, which is way less cool than just simply picking it up.
That's true.
Yeah, but then you can't make an explosion, don't you understand?
Also, if you don't then have a sequence where Thundercracker is like, actually no, it's Skywarp. Skywarp's like, man, I see you Autobots, but you know what? As much as I hate you guys, I hate Starscream more. So I'm just going to let you do whatever and ruin our plan. And then Starscream of all people is like, you traitor. And or you just have a character die in the last minute. You have a character seemingly die and be lost forever, only for like the next movie when you're like, oh man, we need a ride. Let's go dig up that idiot who we left in the Arctic. Or Jetfire, Skyfire, Skyjetfire.
No, you know what we need? We need Bot.
Yes. Man, remember how cool the Fallen was in the fucking comic, where he's literally just this robot who's forever, perpetually on fire, and then he's just a sick old man who gets one shot in the movie where he's getting his revenge.
Yes, instead he gets his face taken.
It's
Alright.
like,
This is actually where I'm going to stop it, because I actually finished a map a little bit ago, and I just started doing like some management while we were talking. So I am going to end it here. We'll see you all next time. It's time to leave.